question: why is it important to ask yourself questions to reflect before you have an experience and then after? Let me give you an example. If you're going to read a scientific paper and then discuss that paper with someone, right? I actually have a set of questions that I answer while I'm reading the paper. I actually write them down in a Google Doc or I record a video like I'm doing now. And there may be questions like, what is the interesting insight from this paper? What's one practical thing I can do differently? Then I'll actually have a discussion. For example, it could be discussion with colleagues, it could be watching a video about it. And then you know what I do? I answer the exact same questions after. Now why is that? Does that seem redundant? Does that feel like you're wasting time? No. Because research and learning shows that learning is not a bucket. It's not like putting water in a cup. Okay, and you put water in a cup and the water's always there. The idea with learning is that you want to actually keep reviewing things over and over. And in fact, if you actually go and have a discussion with someone for 5 minutes, for an hour, and you don't actually then say, like, answer the same questions again, what is the interesting insight I got from this paper? And then add like another sentence or two, or even just write the same thing again to kind of practice it, then you're kind of wasting your time actually. What's the analogy? Here's the analogy for you, right? Learning is not like putting water into a cup and it stays there forever. Learning is like putting your water in a cup with a hole in it, okay? So if you fill up your cup with like an hour or 3 hours of discussion about a topic, it's going to drain out, it's going to run out. And you think it's going to run out slowly, it's going to run out super quick. Now, what does writing ideas down in a Google document, even if it's the same questions before, or recording a video like this do, it essentially adds more water to that cup. It essentially slows down the rate at which that cup is draining. So a lot of people find this actually very counterintuitive. It's very weird. How come people don't do this? But before a conversation, I answer some questions like, what's interesting and insightful about the scientific paper? What did it teach me? During the conversation, I make notes about it. And then after the conversation, do that again. And think about it, I'm a busy person, right? And I do that despite how busy I am. But other people aren't. Well, here's a quote for you all. If you want to be in the top 5% of learners, if you're in the top 5% at like using what you learn in class to help you, why are you limiting yourself to what 95% of people do? The whole point of science and innovation is to say, what are the things that everyone doesn't think are good ideas, but I have experimental evidence. I've seen hundreds of studies showing they can help. And get yourself to do it, because then you get this hidden value. You get this like amazing insight and help that other people don't get. And remember, it's not going to feel like it's working. Think about it this way. Have you ever played a sport? I haven't. As you all know, I'm a scientist. I'm not super fit. Okay, when I was in school, I never made any of the teams. I tried and they said politely, Joseph, no. But here's the thing. Now when I actually go and try to learn how to play squash, right? Or, go to fitness class, they're like, Joseph, you're doing it incorrect. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, do it this way. I'm like, that feels wrong. I'm like, that feels incorrect. It feels like I'm putting my hand the wrong way. And they said, yes, it feels wrong. But you know why? Because you've been doing it wrong the whole life, Joseph. You're going to try new techniques that will help in the long run. But at first, they're going to feel really uncomfortable. They're going to feel unnatural. I'm sorry to tell you all, but you all been learning wrong your whole life. I've been learning wrong my whole life. I'm still learning wrong because when one of my friends or colleagues publishes a paper, I'm like, oh, I was learning wrong. Or more precisely, I was learning suboptimally. We're doing every day, we're publishing new papers that help us understand how to learn better. And I want everyone to benefit from them. So recognize that a lot of your learning techniques that feel natural are incorrect. Just like how most of us are not going to be Olympians, if you were to try and run a race the way Usain Bolt runs a race, it would feel weird for the first 20,000 times. But somehow Usain Bolt managed to hit a 9.79 and most of us could hit like a 3, a 12, a 15, a 30 seconds. So you're going to be the Olympians of learning, okay? And that's the kind of idea behind this. So that was a lot. So why don't you all tell me, what's one thing you took away from this? How do you tell someone else what is interesting about this? Or what's your insight? Why is it important to actually answer the same question before and after class, but go deeper? Say it again in different ways. Say it a bit differently. What did you learn from talking to people in class? What is one thing someone said that kind of changed your mind? Or even if it didn't change your mind, said in different words from what you originally said? If you go to a 3-hour class, there must be something that happened. If not, then tell me, we have to change the class. But write the same thing again, it will not feel natural, it won't feel like you're learning, but you are learning. And your job is to figure out how to make yourself learn from it. Write things that help you. So what do you tell someone else was the key thing you learned from this? What's one thing you're going to do differently? What's your next step? After watching this video, what's one thing you're going to do? How's it going to help change your behavior? Have some impact in your life? Alright, have a great day.